before we were on the HS1550 out there, and that was fantastic. But then we wanted to change it up, and so today we had CF1200 and the super short fuse. Now the CF1200 be a little bit more quick, a little bit more nimble.
Yeah, CF1200 is going to provide us with some wonderful things. The first of which
Pray
is
tell, John,
speed.
what are these wonderful things? Speed. Speed, all right.
Quickness.
Agility.
Drive. Agility. All the things you'd want in a foil. But when it's coupled with this, the 50 centimeter fuse,
Short fuse.
things really come alive. Brothers, sisters, mothers, misters. This is the fuse you want. When you're on the wave, it makes it loose. Imagine loosening the trucks on a skateboard.
Yeah, gets loose.
We're gonna be so loose. We're gonna be like those old skaters in the 70s, roller skaters. We're gonna be crossing over. We're gonna be cutting, slicing, dicing.
Loose
you name
like a
it, you
goose.
can do it.
Oh yeah.
Loose as a goose.
So this is the shortest fuse that Armstrong makes. Look how much shorter that is.
Correct.
Than the other one. That's quite a bit. We still have the little chop shop back wing on here.
I do think it might be the greatest fuse.
The greatest fuse of all.
The greatest fuse ever made.
All right, so makes the board nice and twitchy, fun, and loose. This is definitely intermediate to advanced foilers only. Your beginner foilers are gonna find this a little touch and go.
The word I would describe is twitchy. Now a beginner foiler, have at it, but
Have at it.
the input on this is direct and it's quick. So yeah, you're gonna be flying with the short fuse. As soon as you put it into position, it's gonna go
Away
in the
you
direction.
go.
Away
And
you
this
go.
is all carbon. Looks like a little piece of non-carbon. All carbon, which means it's nice and light. Easier to carry and move around, but also goes really true through the water. You will feel a little bit more turbulence when you're in the water on a full carbon setup when you go through turbulent parts of the wave. That said, carry speed through it, no problem. It's a steadier feel. It is a comfortable feel as you go down. Bottom turns are especially fun.
Absolutely. Your input comes down, little changes in elevation, changes in your turn. It's gonna just
Okay.
make that thing go
All right,
quick.
so direct input. You get really lively under the feet. We're gonna get some video of it.
Perfect.
Slingshot WF1 board on it, 72 centimeter mast, Armstrong, Mastercraft, Slingshot, John and Tim, Half-Life. Woo!
And when you ride different foils, every foil has a different feel to it. And when we go to ride these foils, we don't make a predetermination in terms of what style we're going to ride, whether that's big looping turns or if it's tight ones. This 1200 just lends itself to these sharp turns. You can see here, if you've watched other videos of other product reviews that we've done, you can see the looseness. Here, woo, almost fell off right there going across the wave, going through the chop. That's probably more technique than it is the foil. But heavier foils, like a Slingshot, you're gonna have a little less disruption as you go through the turbulence of the wave. Look at these bottom turns, on the heel side. This board, all carbon, just in terms of the foil, just feels nice and solid, easy to pump. This is on a short fuse, so there's gonna be a couple more pumps when you go across the wave. But look how snappy it is. You can almost rotate the board on its axis with that short fuse. And carbon just has this solid feel when it's underfoot, and responsiveness that allows you, when you're pumping it, there I'm making surface connection on my way back to the wave, but still able to get there because of the lightweight nature of both the carbon mass together with that wing. As we move up to the first wave, you can see clearly I'm enjoying it. I'm having a great time. Super responsive. The Armstrongs do like to fly high on the mast. That's where I found that you get the best performance. And the carving here, it is just like we mentioned, it's twitchy, it's responsive. It really wants to come out of those turns. I'm having a fantastic time. Could be one of my favorite foils to ride, this 1200. And I think, if you're looking in terms of even more responsive, you can go the 1050. to get a little bit smaller and a little bit quick. But this 1200, look at that bottom, that turn there and coming back in. And what I found is it handled coming off the top of the wave in a very responsive way to be able to accelerate down it. And when you get into the groove with these, you'll see as you come down to the bottom of the wave, you kind of sink down and it moves you right on back up. As my technique improves, I get a little bit off balance there, but again, I think that's because my back foot is a little bit further back than it should be. Come through with a little bit more, be a little bit more aggressive coming through there, and you'll be less effective. Now, as we switch over here to John, you look at as he's riding, he's not actually trying to ride like a 1970s roller skate guru. He's just doing it because that's what this board wants to do. It's so responsive to minor changes in your weight. And look at that nice back turn there and over to the toe side, heel side to toe side. And you know, if you look at some of these turns, just compared to the 1550, you'll see here in picture in a second, what you're going to see is that this 1200 just lends itself to a little bit sharper turns, a little bit more angle off that mast. You know, here we are coming into the heel side, looking up top, going across. See, coming into that same heel side, comparing the 1550 radius of the turns to what he's doing on the 1200. And the 1200 is just a little bit crisper. You know, it happens a little bit more quickly. And again, that's not because of intention of John, that's just how the natural riding of this wave goes. And so again, into that water, watch the picture and the picture up top, and you'll see the angle of the board just a little bit less. John comes up just to do a quick little test in terms of the pump, get a couple turns into the first wave, on he goes. We also wanted to test this setup with foot straps. And so, you know, we put the foot straps on, and you know, here I am in the water. I wanted to see how well we sustained speed, and also wanted to see, you know, how it felt with foot straps. That's actually on a prone surfboard, and it just felt fantastic. It felt natural. The turning that happens, and you can see me kind of sink down into those turns, and the carbon just always feels so solid. You know, outside of a little bit of turbulence periodically, it just feels more connected when it's in the water in terms of immediate responsiveness of what you want to do. We wanted to do a little pump testing. Here's John back on the WF1 board, and you know, pumping out there just to see how well it's sustained. This is the 1200 with the longer fuse, and you see John's able to pump that quite a bit. Here as we put the 84 behind the 1200, the slingshot 84, you'll see I'm just doing, you know, natural turns back there. But the responsiveness of this 1200, not a fair comparison, but it's moving much more quickly.
This is a great thing to ride behind the boat. I think I want to thank Army Armstrong and his crew of engineers. He's done a wonderful job.
He's done a great job. Behind the boat in the ocean, this is actually John's prone surf foil, all the way from Maui to here. Not Maui. Beautiful Lake Washington on a cloudy day.
Yeah, what we're dealing with here is, it's not quite liquid sunshine, but it's Seattle overcast gray.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel a little depressed.
I know what, I think in Seattle we call this mostly sunny. I mean,
yeah,
look,
this is sunny.
Eric, can you get a shot up there? Like, this is mostly sunny. Yeah, look at that. Should I see the blue sky? There's a patch of blue sky over there. Yeah, mostly sunny. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube video. Come back soon and we'll do more things all about the water, foiling, and get ready for ski season. All right, so last time we were out on the Armstrong 1650.
1550, Devin.
1550?
1550.
No, I thought it was 1650.
No, there's an 1850, but we were on the 1550.
We were on the 1550.
Yeah.
All right.
Speed, carving, general fun on the water. The description I would use with the short fuse is twitchy.
Twitchy.
A little twitchy. But twitchy in a good way.
Okay, so not twitchy in a bad way, like short fuse, this guy might go off. I don't know, it's twitchy.
It's twitchy. It's very responsive.